Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Reseller Clickbait Podcast Holiday Live Tour. Wait, I'll put that up there. Oh, the Holiday Live Tour New Year's Edition. How you doing, Corey?
I'm not doing well. I have two streams playing in my headphone. There, fixed it. We're good.
I turned my phone on silent there, so I don't get
video playing in the background,
interruption.
apparently.
Good. Man, I'm excited. This is the last of our Holiday Live Tour series for 2023, 2024. We do have a special guest that will be joining us a little bit later. If you saw in the thumbnail, it is Caleb, the Old Paths from Grams of Pop, or no, you're from Corey's from Grams of Pops Vintage. Caleb from the Old Paths and the Two Old Guys Reselling podcast. Caleb had a previous appointment, and he will be here. It might be a little bit later in the show, but he will be here. But we're going to say...
I was really looking forward to him being here. I think we should wait.
Hey, wait, just sit here and look at the screen for like
just a moment of
half
silence.
An hour or whatever.
Let's just wait him out.
He will be here. But in the meantime, we will say hello to the Quirky Picker. Chad is here. Quirky Picker Chad was on the Slim Flippers podcast show earlier in the week. Go check that out with Wes. And Matt's Profit Pursuits. Hey, good to see you, Matt. Kathleen, the Fernway Flipper. Hello. Our good friend Roman. I have a feeling, a deja vu, that I have been here before. Seems we did a little live thing. Oh, and a big shout out to this next guy, Shane, Soda City Flips. He was just coming off of a live that he did, and he called it like the unofficial Reseller Clickbait Podcast pregame. He had a little show kind of shouting us out there, and man, his channel is just growing. It's taken off. From what I understand, he needs some watch hours over there. So go find Soda City Flips.
You know that feeling that you finally wake up one day and you realize you're old? Like you see a kid run past you faster than you know you can catch him, and you're like, okay, I'm old now. Like that's Shane on YouTube. He's just killing us.
He is blowing up, and so thanks to him, Soda City Flips, and he's also one quarter, 25%, 1/4, whatever, the Locker Room podcast, the Reseller Locker Room podcast.
Yes.
And so you can check him out there as well.
Where are we going with this?
And Teresa is in the house. Grams from Grams and Pops, your better half for sure.
Go back to work, Teresa.
Corey gets to slough off doing lives while Teresa's in there.
Somebody's got to be
snapping photos. And Ping G is here. Hello again. Yes, Ping G was in our live show. And AZ Cat Sue, I'm here for real live. Hi guys, good to see you, Sue. Well, drop the link to a show. Yeah, well, I'll have to do that. I'll have to drop a link to still got my headphones on. You got him? Okay.
Yep.
And there is Jill. Kacherka Jill checking in. Hi all. And Ken. And the Texas lady. Hello, found you from at Soda City Flips. Subbed and thumbs up. Thank you.
Perfect.
Thank you very much, Texas lady. And again, shout out to Shane. And more highs to everybody in the chat. I love when the chat is all engaged with one another. And my dear sweet mother, my mom and pop, moms and pops are watching right next door. Hello all and Happy New Year. Shanna is here. Simply
Sue,
shenanigans.
Sue says Teresa's the boss, and I am well aware of that.
Yes, she is. Boy, am I that far behind already. Desert Sellers, hey friends. Let's keep live hopping all night. Yes, we would appreciate that. Let me get caught up. There is my niece Madison is there. Going to have a baby soon. And about
Madison,
Tony Sullivan.
Congrats.
Soda City Flips suggest. Drop in. Thank you. We appreciate that. Yeah, and we got a lot. And there's my brother, the Helmet.
Good band.
Is here. And Jill saying hi. So I'm caught up there in the chat. So yeah, we got
now can
a fun show. No, we can't wait now because we're already 5 minutes into this thing and we promised an early bird giveaway, early bird drawing. Yeah, right now, for all these people that are showing up quick, showing up early, we got a sticker pack going out. We got your grams of pops right there. We got Reseller Clickbait Podcast stickers. We got SSK promo. Oh no, it's SSK promo. And a Ken versus 10 sticker right there. I'm going to share this screen. Where is it at? Share this screen right here.
What are we typing
Giveaway screen. And we are going to let's say, how about this is the, how about just sticker, since it's a sticker pack. So put sticker, hashtag sticker in there. I'm going to put it in the chat as well. Hashtag sticker.
We could just put in solo because we can't get guests to show up.
Yeah, we were going to have a guest on the last podcast, and that fell apart on us right at the end. So hashtag sticker in there for all you early birds that jumped in. 30 people in here already. And
I think it's us, Ken. It might be us.
It might. Well, I'm going to say more you. More you than...
Listen, I haven't changed. But
well, that's true.
But you've changed, sir.
I have. I'm now clean shaven. No more seasonal Santa. Hey, maybe we can talk about Christmas while we wait for Caleb to get here.
we could definitely. Yeah, let's. Here, let me think about it.
But Corey's gone. I'm going to talk about Christmas the whole show. No, I will show this festive shirt. Look at this cool Happy New Year with the fireworks. Jill got me that shirt.
Cool
Jill got me a number of festive shirts this holiday season. Some of those that I wore on the show. And I see more people showing up. I see Cajun, Chris Cajun resellers.
Hey, Caleb.
Oh, yes. Caleb is here. Hey, boys, in the next town over, making a beeline. See, so we didn't lie. Caleb will be here. Be safe driving. Hopefully you're not... yes, this is called the New Year's Eve, not Christmas.
Yeah, drive safe. Ken likes to talk. He'll keep it going.
Yeah, so we've got 14 people in here that have done hashtag sticker, if it's still collecting them correctly.
15.
And yep, it still seems to be Ken. Oh, I missed Kim T. Kim T, there she is. That's my friend Kim. She is local here in my area. Nick Picker, I missed. Nick Picker with the hashtag sticker. Oh man, that rhymes.
Meg's in here.
Lilac Meg is here. And we have to tell that story about the coffee that she sent out here.
I feel bad telling it while she's here, though.
I know this is a funny story.
Meg, I really enjoyed the coffee you sent over. Like I really enjoyed it. I drank one whole pack of it.
Yes.
For pretty much. Well, I was drinking coffee at like 9 o'clock at night one night. It tastes that good. But then I came out the next day when I ran outside to do something. And I came back. The other 2 bags I hadn't opened yet were all over my living room floor. The dogs had pulled them off the counter and they ate them.
I thought maybe Teresa. I thought maybe Teresa had just,
No, it was the dogs again. And they spread out. What dog eats coffee? Like, what the heck is wrong with a dog that would eat coffee?
Your dogs are nuts.
They are.
They're just,
have a chat with them, see if I could turn them wild. Just like open the door and say, go ahead. Like it's time to leave the nest.
Yes. And they don't
leave.
They're not buying. You need to nail up that dog door though. You do keep leaving them out and they just keep coming back.
The problem is when they go outside, they eat my chickens, so I can't win with these things.
Yeah, they were wired up, weren't they? The dogs
Yeah,
eating
I
coffee.
think it's mostly just the one dog that's doing it. I think the other dog just looks guilty, but I don't think
He's an
I don't think he's
accessory.
doing it.
He's an accessory. Okay, let's do this drawing. 15 people in the drawing.
Let's do
Hashtag sticker. Getting a sticker pack. Early birds that jumped in here early. And let's click the draw right now. And see who's going to win. Simply Shenanigans.
There you go.
Hey, I think Shanna wins something every single time on the show.
Yep.
So we're going to send out, Shanna, I probably have your address already. If I don't, I will.
Meg,
I will reach out to you.
The flavor I did try was what did I say that was called? It was like
the
naughty or
nutmeg
nice
and
nog.
cinnamon or something.
Yeah, it was nutmeg and cinnamon, something like that. It was really good. Teresa went on and ordered a bunch. So we have a bunch more of different flavors coming.
Hey, and that's cool. See, Meg is supporting her local places that are doing that coffee, and by her generosity of sending out those gifts, that company is going to benefit. You're buying some more of that, and that's, kind of the intent.
You got me hooked and the dog's hooked.
You're just really supporting the dog's habits right there. So we appreciate Shanna, and we'll get some sticker pack out to her. And we got more giveaways during the show a little bit later. And
are you writing these down?
Oh, I probably should.
I gotcha.
You got it? Okay.
Yep.
You can do that. So yeah, we've again, I was talking, this is the last of the holiday live tours, and we had a great season so far. I think we had really good response from the chat. We had the Halloween show where we had Joe and Nicole from I'd Flip That were on there. Everybody dressed up in costume. That was a fun show. And then the Thanksgiving show with Happy and Grumpy Picker was great. Got to give thanks and talk about all those your favorite holiday, Thanksgiving, the food holiday. And then just a couple of weeks ago, we had Ray, Nashville Flippers, on. Was the Christmas one, and that was fun. We did a little bit of this and that, or this or that, and gave away some prizes on some
right?
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we're hoping. We're still not sure. That show ended like right at about 2 hours into the show. Not sure what happened. We think that it was
my
maybe
Christmas gift.
The show ended early.
Of course, had enough.
But I didn't get to give all my heartfelt, just warmth and love out to the community for, supporting us, and to have a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. And so, but we think it might have been, we exceeded our storage limit. And so I went in and I deleted a bunch of stuff. And so if we should happen to go that long tonight,
shouldn't be an issue.
And let me see. Christopher Nutter is here. Good evening, Christopher. Good to see you, my friend. And have I missed anybody flipping for laughs? The fix is in. Yes, it is. They'll all be fixed from here on out. We did our live testing show today earlier in the day, just about a half an hour or so, and we were testing out the drawing thing.
Look, I'm sitting here and my chair keeps getting lower. I don't know what's happening, guys.
We were testing out that giveaway tool there earlier, and the Reseller Clickbait podcast won.
Yeah.
So we were giving away $1,000, and so that was great for us to win. We could use the money. We're still, trying to get that full monetization. I have to get on Caleb when he gets here. We know he's listening about, his shout outs to help give us more subs for the show.
They keep
And
unsubbing.
I'm gonna discuss that
subs.
with him. I think since their shout out. But 494. What did we gain a few subs? That's great. And I think a lot of that has to do with our friend Shane there pitching us right before. See, now the Reseller Clickbait podcast going to grow and blow right by grams of pops. No, I doubt that.
Folks
Man,
subbed because you came over from Shane here. Stick around for at least a couple of episodes. Give us a shot.
Give us a chance here. We have fun doing the show. It's a good time, and we try to impart a little bit of reseller knowledge or reseller opinion sometimes. And we got easy pickings. Hey guys, first time here, came over with Shane. There you go. Thank you, Easy Pickings. Good to see you. And Christy Butts. Hey Ken, Nicholas from Asheville. That is a friend of ours, a friend of the family. Nick is watching the show. Jill had sent out some links earlier to family and friends. And there is my sister is here. Yeah, so we're getting some subs, and my sister's here. Hey, Kathy, and I imagine that Todd is there watching along with you. Tim Holcomb, Happy New Year. That's a new name that I haven't seen.
Yeah,
Tim, welcome. Man, the chat is hopping. So we are talking about New Year's, and every other channel has pretty much did a resolution show, a goals. What are you looking forward to in the new year? And we're going to get into some of that with Caleb when he gets here. But we thought we would take a look back at 2023, because maybe in 2022 you made some goals or resolutions, something along those lines. And we thought we'd talk a little bit about whether we made those goals or didn't make those goals.
Say mistakes.
Well,
we definitely made mistakes.
We made plenty of mistakes. I can tell you, I did for sure. A ton of those, but this is, we only got limited time and limited storage space. I can't go over all of them right here.
So we're going to look backwards instead of forward.
We're going to look backwards first, and we're going to see. So in the chat, we like to see what people are doing, and we'll try to highlight some of them if we can. What is a goal that you set for yourself maybe in 2022 that you met in 2023? That it can be anything. We're kind of doing reseller related stuff, but if you're not a reseller or if you're not a content creator or whatever, what's a life goal? What's something that you wanted to do that you accomplished?
And we're going right back to last New Year's.
Last New Year's, yes. And I forget, I should have went back and watched that show to see if I had promised I was going to do anything. Because we all know I'm not good at those promises. I'm like, oh, hey, I'm going to make a content about that, and then nothing. And I do nothing. I don't think
you have to go back to last year's. You could probably just go back to last Ken versus 10 and see what you said you were going to be working on. The same thing last year.
And Andy's so meta. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. See, I love me some Andy. Caleb's goal, his immediate goal is to get home and get on this show. Yes. Andy, he cracked me up. Let's see. So we'll start out with the chat here. My goal was to start a YouTube channel and grow it to 1,000 subs by January 1st, 2024.
Check.
And boom, he's got that. And he's 2,000 some subs?
Yeah, 2,700 or something, I think he's up to.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty sure Ken promised pre-recorded videos. Yes, I did. So Corey, give me something that may have been a goal of yours. Now you weren't really, you were just starting reselling by for the most part last year. You were a couple months into it, and so throw me out a goal that you accomplished.
I survived the year. I guess yeah, we didn't have we didn't even know enough about reselling last year at this time to set a goal that was even remotely intelligent. Like
Uh-huh.
we were at month 4. We were still trying to figure out how to set up our eBay correctly. Like we were doing everything from scratch back then. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, we didn't have a lot going on as far as goals at that point. Well, our goal was to determine if eBay was a viable business model that we could make a living on. That really was kind of why we got into it, and about that time that was our goal. So,
Yeah.
and I think we determined that. So I think we met that goal.
Okay. That's a great goal. I would probably say one of my goals I wanted to do is to be able to get more organized and um be get my office done. Convert that workshop out in my garage over to an office, and I did complete that by the end of the year. I am out there listing, and it's great. It's still a little bit in disarray, and I know I've talked about that quite a bit on episodes. But I am listing. I'm fully working, listing, shipping, inventory. Everything is being done out there, and it's great. It's nice to have that big space, and so that was a goal that I wanted to accomplish, and I did that. So super
When are we
excited
gonna
about
see the
that.
space? Are you going to do a tour?
I will do a tour, and I still got to do some internet issues. I did get a new router for Christmas, and a new a wireless wireless network card for my computer. Because if I take this system that I have here out there, which is the best of the systems that I have, I would like to be able to start doing like the podcast and recording and stuff, Ken versus 10 out there. But I have to make sure that connection and that is secure and it's going to work. I'm going to jump down here. I have some goals highlighted, but I like this one all the way down here. From our friends, FJ Treasure, our goal was to watch more Reseller Clickbait podcasts. Frank and Janelle, good friends. But I got a couple of comments here. Jill says that her goal was have my picked items outnumber Ken's picked items that Ken sold in 2023. And that kind of came to fruition. Jill's a great picker, and she finds me a lot of cool stuff. Graham says, my goal was to not smother Corey while he snores. I succeeded in keeping that goal. Oh,
I don't snore.
A little domestic goal. You don't snore. Okay. Well, we need to get Teresa on
I've
here.
I've never heard me snore, so.
Meg had said that she broke up with a lot of bad inventory, still quite a few items left to dump in the new year. Yes, that is a goal of mine that I would talk about for this coming year. And Ping says she eliminated the lease on her warehouse space to pay off 2 credit cards and finally did it. Well, congratulations. That's cool. That is definitely
that was a good accomplishment.
Yes, very good accomplishment. Let me see. Did I miss it? Here's Rad Relics. Hey Shane, sorry I missed your live, but I had some people drop in from the podcast and we're talking shop. Hope you got those hours in. So Rad Relics, good to see you, my friend. That's a new name for us here in the chat.
I subscribed to him recently. Here last week or so, we found his channel.
I will have to do so myself. And let's see, did I miss anybody else's goals? I have to wake up from snoring.
I have woke up from snoring? Yeah.
Yeah, woke up from snoring.
If I'm being honest, I have too, but I don't like being honest when Teresa's listening.
John snored so loud that he heard it in Cleveland. Man, a lot goes on in Cleveland, according to Roman. Man, he can hear people snoring all over. Go Browns. Go Browns. I've got to throw that out. It's not a sports talk show, but brownies are in it. Tim said, we are going to combine items for a higher price total and see if that entices someone to buy multiples. Very good plan. Very good strategy.
Bundles. Yep.
So, yes, definitely. You might be, actually, that might make me think about some of the stuff that I'm going to do because I want to reduce my inventory. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Chad said
building bundles. We've had pretty good success building bundles of stuff. So in the past, not on eBay, but it definitely works.
It's probably a strategy that I'm going to try as I try to whittle down my inventory. Chad says, my goal was to not only start the year a full-time reseller, but to finish the year as one too. I barely made it, but I made it. Yeah.
Good job.
Good for you, my friend. And yes, that is a goal. It is. It can be thin in some of the months when you're relying totally on your reselling profits, depending on what you're picking. There's some practical advice. Breathe Right strips help a little bit for you snorers. And if I'm and Shanna's cat snores. It's hilarious. It's here you go. CPAP. Now save your marriage and your life. That's how you get two birds stoned at once, or however the saying goes.
I only snort because this thing's been flattened to the side a few too many times. I don't know if CPAP is going to help that.
I'm going to see if I missed. I don't want to miss anybody in their goals. If I'm going back up through here to see what I missed, but yeah, everybody, those are some really good goals. Now, Corey, what is something that you had, contrastly as a goal that you didn't meet or that fell short of expectation?
I guess I didn't think about that one for a minute, but YouTube, YouTube has been a disappointment in terms of what we thought we could do with YouTube and how fast we thought we could grow it. I think we had to take a reality check and step back a little bit on that, but it's also been really good. So I wouldn't trade it. I'm glad it didn't grow any faster than it did. We're having fun with it. It's just not. I think we got into it the way a lot of people thinking they're going to monetize it right away and make a bunch of money. And once that kind of straightened out for us, and we got the reality of it.
Once it slapped you down and you got, how it really goes and the effort and the time. And hey, I need to say though, the disgruntled octopus is here. So
he's in the house,
man, we just been treading water. They're waiting for the octopus to come. Jill feels calmer already. And
how about you? What'd you have that you didn't quite meet?
I would say reselling wise, the one thing is I wanted to. The last couple of years, I wanted to start selling on other platforms. I'm pretty much have all my eggs in the eBay basket. I do a little bit of local Facebook Marketplace for stuff, but I really wanted to get into doing some cross-posting, either, Mercari, Poshmark, wherever, either using a cross-listing software or something along those lines, even if I just did it myself. And I never got to that. I was not, I wouldn't say perfecting my eBay.
We can go down that rabbit hole a little bit. Why
okay.
were you wanting to do the cross listing? What's the thought process on your side for that, for your business?
More, number one, perhaps more eyes on products. Anytime you have another avenue to sell, you can't really go wrong with that. And also, because everything is in, if all of a sudden I got maybe some Veros or something like that, and my store was suspended by eBay for 3 or 4 days, a week, 10 days, or maybe they just came in and said, sorry, you're done, then that's back to 9 to 5 job for me, because all of my eggs are in that basket. And so I wanted to kind of start learning those platforms, get other stuff out there. So although I wouldn't think that my sales would be as big as the ones that I have through eBay, maybe even an Amazon sort of thing, but that seems like a whole different animal to me to sell on Amazon, and a lot of effort and a lot of work. But I've also haven't maxed out my potential on eBay by any means, by any stretch, I think. And that's part of my upcoming goals that we'll talk about is I think that I can do a lot more just within eBay with some of the tools, some of the things that they have in the platform. And I want to be able to say that I've done everything that I can do and my sales are here. Now what can I do to help increase them, rather than trying to take up the slack of eBay with another platform? And
right.
If that makes sense. So
yeah, I guess I tend to play devil's advocate on the cross-listing thing. I've looked at it. We've looked at it several times. We've even looked into the different platforms, and we're still not adverse to doing it. We do list things on different platforms when they can't be sold on eBay, or when they do better on different platforms, we list them there instead. But the typical, I don't like all my eggs in one basket, because what if something happens to eBay to me, that's like saying I'm going to work at 2 or 3 jobs rather than get really good at my one job just in case someday I get fired. It sounds like a good way to get fired.
Yeah.
Like, why not just get really good at your job? Because we're nowhere near
True.
good enough at eBay yet. We can, if I'm going to spend 10 minutes listing something somewhere else or cross-listing it, I think I can get more money finding 2 or 3 more things and listing them on eBay where I'm doing good. So it's a struggle for us. But I don't have the answer. I don't pretend to, but that's kind of what's keeping us from going full-scale cross-listing, is we know we haven't come close to the ceiling on eBay yet, and we don't want to spread our time. To me, my time could be way more profitable by trying to get closer to our ceiling on eBay first.
Yeah. And I agree with that, and that's probably why I have not pushed a lot towards that. So it is an upcoming goal, though, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But I want to jump over here, to talk. Texas lady right here started selling again about 6 months ago. Goal is to declutter 35 years of stuff in the home first, then find better sell-through rate items. Excellent. That's a good way to start. And you said start selling again. So I assume that you had done this previously, and that's a great plan, and that's advice I would give to anybody. Start getting rid of that stuff around the house first, and move along from there. Here's a point. Cross-posting makes us between 25 to 30% off my resale income. It's worth the Vendu or List Perfectly subscriptions. So Meg is doing cross-posting.
Yep.
And so
like I said, we hope to get there. We're just nowhere near we're nowhere near a point in eBay where our time is better spent somewhere else. So we're still scaling eBay. We're just not at that point yet.
Yeah, exactly. And that's, I can scale up a whole lot. Sue says she wants to get the 200 listings done before I source another thing. That's a good, that's a good goal. Yeah. To be able to do that. And especially if you've sourced that much stuff already. Yeah, Chris is the seller example of cross-posting. Chris Cajun Reseller. He sells on a lot of different platforms and seems to have mastered most of them. And I'll probably call on him when I go to do some of those different platforms and see what
Yeah, he's just a better reseller than me, though.
yeah,
So he
Shane,
probably should
he
be
only has one
cross-listing.
basket. Kim says, I'm here trying to learn to get rid of clutter myself. Yeah, Kim, we talked about that. Hit me up. I will help. I will help you in whatever way you need. If you need to learn eBay or something like that, or you just need somebody to take stuff off your hands, let me know. I will help you with that.
We've been on a bit of a buying freeze lately, too, since we got those storage units. We've just been in listing mode, and we haven't been doing much buying.
Speaking of people that have buying problems, right here, Jill, she has a Whatnot problem. She calls that her new TV. Rather than watching TV, she watches Whatnot all night. And what Jill is doing for her part in reselling is she's the opposite. She's helping resellers out there get rid of all of their stuff. She's buying stuff up from people that we all know that sell on Whatnot and finding new folks.
QVC made a lot of crazy cat ladies, and Whatnot is going to do their part.
Yes. I have all my eggs in one basket too, says Ping. I tried Bonanza years ago, only a handful of sales back then and no auto delist, not worth the time that it took. Yep, CPAP Supplies. There's Bama Jaybird Reseller. Good to see you, Bama. That's seen him earlier in Shane's chat. Good to see you here. Mercari, Ken. Mercari. Yes. I'm going to be talking to you about that,
Is that
Chris.
the next platform you're going to, Mercari?
Well, yeah, I don't know.
That's kind of what we've been eyeballing
Mercari.
too.
You know, maybe Whatnot if I want to really clear out stuff at, half or less price that I can get on.
But then you got to pack it all.
Yeah,
if you're going to sell it for
$1
a piece, you'd be miles ahead just to put it in your car and take it to Goodwill and dump it.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah, I can see that. And there's arguments on both sides of that. I still haven't cross-listed anything. I know I have some things, but probably would do better on another platform, but I just can't seem to take the step yet. Yeah, I feel that right there. $400 offer on a 10,000 or 10 carat, what is that? Gold tennis bracelet. Yep. $230 offer on some Nikes. Gonna be a good day, boys and girls. That's cool. I love it. Take those offers. I'm just gonna have to jump ahead here because I am so far behind.
Still buying band t-shirts.
Yeah. Howdy, Ken, Corey, and chat in a box in the garage. Hey, Bill, how are you? Hope you had a good Christmas and New Year's. Kathleen says she cross-lists on Mercari using Vendu because I can do it on my phone while riding in a car and waiting for appointments. See, another good thing.
We probably use is Vendu if we ever did it.
And
looking at the features right now, that's what we'd use.
It says, the octopus, the disgruntled octopus. I learned that I get sidetracked easily, or I referred to our podcast as the Reseller Clickbait Podcast at the start. Now I have to edit. There's no need to edit. There's no need to edit. I mess up the intro like every single time. Hush, Corey. I buy more brand shirts I need to than she needs to buy. Yes. Okay, so we're caught up there a little bit. So I also had, as the reseller side, those goals that we met and that we failed on. And you had, when I said a kind of a failure or something that you didn't meet expectations, you had mentioned YouTube. Is there anything YouTube that you take it either way that you did succeed at then, since you kind of did quote unquote failure? What did you succeed at in YouTube in 2023?
I think it was a success and a failure, because the failure was basically my idea of what YouTube was going to be and what it was going to turn into for us over the year was completely realigned by reality once we got into it. And it turned out to be a better thing this way anyway. Well, don't get me wrong. I'd much rather have a paycheck from YouTube right now. Like, I'm pretty transparent about that. We got into YouTube to try and supplement the eBay side of our income. It just turned into more of a creative outlet for it, and not as big of a paycheck, which I'm completely fine with because we're enjoying it. And as long as we keep enjoying it, we'll keep doing it. But we're having a lot of fun with it. It was just a complete realignment of what we thought it was. So I wouldn't say it was a failure or a success. It was just an education.
Yeah.
We learned a lot.
Yes. And you're going to, build on that. Your channel grew in that 1 year.
Yeah.
I mean, you got monetized. You got.
I just had to bring Grams on.
Oh, yeah. That's what it was. It's all about. It should just be grams of grams vintage. Can you do that? Or just grams?
I could probably just split screen her with her. Just have her play both parts.
Oh, you heard it here. Upcoming episode, Grams and Grams vintage. With that would be great. That would be
get her a fake beard to play the one part.
No,
Now is your chair broken?
No, I don't know what's going on. Something was under my desk there. I'm fidgeting here. I don't know what the heck is going on. I think I have this like speaker underneath my desk, and it has like the cover on the front of it, and every now and then it falls off. I must hit it with my foot, and it's kind of getting in my way down there.
Dude, I'll wait.
And no, I'm good. I'm done fidgeting right here now. So anyway, I would say my failure, if you would say it that way, in YouTube is I had said back in 2022 I was going to make more content, more like pre-recorded content, and I promised a lot of things. Oh, I should make a video about that. I should make a video about that. I would talk about, on either Ken versus 10 or on the podcast here. And
I'll ask you what Teresa asks me when I say stuff like that. How's that working out for you?
It's not. I didn't. Well, it worked out well for me because I didn't have to do the effort. And where did I? There's Lad. What's up, fellas? Better late than never. For sure. Good to have you here. Yeah, we're still waiting for our guest to come in. Caleb is hastily making his way home. And the show's just going to pick up from there. And we appreciate that. But yeah, I didn't make as much pre-recorded content. I found that when I was out there, I wasn't really enjoying making like sourcing videos, like out at yard sales. Now, I love at the yard sales, and that's where I would probably be quote unquote hit, because I love interacting with people. I love being goofy at the sales. I have a lot of good footage. I have tons of footage that I could probably put out.
It too?
The people. Oh, I think so. I think when I leave a sale, people have had fun. I get some smiles, whether it's the people that are having the sale or some people that are around me. We have.
I don't think we've been garage selling together. I don't think we did. I think we missed the opportunity both times.
When we were in Vegas, that one afternoon we all ended up at a sale together, but it wasn't really together. It was a whole big group of us. But I didn't go either in Cincinnati or in Vegas to that other trip. See, the disgruntled octopus, Ken versus 10 is my guilty pleasure. I have to keep Ken around for my entertainment when I take over the world. Yes, I appreciate that. Yeah, and shout out to Octo there. He even did a takeoff of 8 at 8 that was kind of a spin-off of the Ken versus 10. So that was flattering. And Kathleen says, my goal is to consistently post reseller stuff on Instagram. YouTube is still a bit daunting to me. Yeah, it can be. YouTube can be a lot of work. for sure. Well, it can be. It is a lot of work. And but yeah, those Instagrams, those, the quick posts, the quick little videos, the shorts, just snapping the photos of stuff that maybe you sold or that you found and getting it out there is great. And it's fun to get the reaction and show people what you found and what's new and what's fun. Called Polka Varieties. Jill used to watch a show in Cleveland called Polka Varieties. Accordion is a very difficult instrument. I missed something there. Either that or that's just random.
It's got a nice Weird Al vibe going on in here. I'm enjoying the chat.
Random Thoughts by Roman. Oh, there we go. There's Roman. That's your next Instagram short
It can't
thing.
be Instagram. That Instagram is all short form video.
Roman does a lot of shorts. I watch his shorts all the time. His short form content. I don't watch his shorts, in the summertime, but that's, Random Thoughts by Roman.
That'd be a good show.
I just sold a set of 5 Ice Cube CDs last night for $50. Sweet. I love it. I love to hear the sales too. How far am I behind?
What kind of ice trays were they? Were they like the metal ones with the little pull-up
No.
handle that breaks them, or
not Ice Cube trays? Ice Cube CDs.
CDs.
Yeah.
I thought he said Ice Cube trays. I was like, that's a lot for Ice Cube trays. All right. CDs,
I always do that.
Get it.
I always do that at the sales. That's one of my bits that I pull with the people at the sales is like an Ice Cube tray. I ask them how it works, if they still have the power cord for it, and it's just like a plastic Ice Cube tray. And they always just stare at me like, what do you mean the power cord?
Do you have this in a different size?
Yes, I did. Yeah, all kinds of. Ice Cube is a wrapper, Corey, not frozen water.
Well,
now
see, I'm learning tonight. You got me crying over here. That was good.
And our good friend Lissa, Baubles, Blings, and Needful Things is here with us tonight. Good to see you, Lissa. You can catch Lissa on with the aforementioned Roman on Saturday nights. Roman does his live, the most unprofessional live. The Flippin' Moose is here too.
You should watch his channel. He's funny to watch. He's always putting out funny stuff.
And if I'm missing,
first sticker on my sticker wall.
Wait a minute! Stop the show! Stop the show!
Uh-oh, we have an intruder.
I'm bringing him in right now. Caleb the Old Pass, my friend, my best friend out there. One of the talk about fast rising YouTube channels. This guy right here, I think he started a channel last week, and he's already monetized. He's over 1,000 subs or something like that.
I watched
how many episodes?
I watched his latest videos, and I figured out his trick though. See, we can use it right here on this podcast. All we have to do is have him read a really long poem.
That's it. That's the trick.
And that.
That was pretty good. That was a good start to the video, Caleb.
Thank you.
Caleb, how are you, my friend?
I'm good. That's a long
whirlwind of a day. Yes, no kidding. Well, we appreciate you joining with us. And so for the chat here, this is the guest. This is the guy we've been promising all night. Caleb,
we told you for 3 episodes
yourself.
We could get a guest.
Yes, and we finally got somebody to come on with us. And so, Caleb, introduce yourself and say what you'd like to say here.
Boy, that's an intro now. Well, I am Caleb from the Old Pass. You may recognize me as one half of the Two Old Guys Reselling podcast. And by the way, guys, we are 1 sub away from 900 over there. Don't know how that happened. Sub. Put out a video in 3 weeks, but yeah, 1 sub away from 900. But yeah, I started the Old Pass YouTube channel last week, and I put out 12 videos in 1 week. and now I'm at 1,250 subs. So Blown
Wow,
away. Blown away.
that is amazing.
You just had a video take off, didn't you?
Last week took off 10K.
Jeez.
It's actually at like 10.6. And the one I dropped today is beating last week's at this current point. So we'll see what happens. I really don't expect a second 10K, but I expect it to do well. So we'll see.
That'd be cool. 1 10K is cool. 2 would be awesome.
I was totally blown away. Totally.
So there's a link in the chat to Caleb's channel. Go over there and check him out right there. And here is a link. See who in this chat can be the 900th subscriber over at the Two Old Guys Reselling podcast. Now, we're going to see if my shout out does better than your shout out, Caleb, because you and Chris, Chris Old School Picker, had kind of given us a shout out on your show when I was your guest on the show here a couple weeks ago. We were getting close to 600 subs over there on our channel, and gave us a shout out, pleaded and begged with your audience. Come on, guys, let the two old guys be the ones that push them over at least that 600 mark. Mm-hmm. And I believe that we've lost 4 subs since your shout out. So
they responded.
That is our
they did.
Messaging at work. It's working.
I see your cameraman is in here too. I saw Tanya's name.
And I just refreshed 903. Ooh, 903 subscribers.
Nice.
Over to Hey, and I want to say the original guest lineup that we talked about was the Two Old Guys Reselling podcast, was our guest Chris and Caleb. And just want to say, offer some condolences and well wishes for speedy, healthy recoveries for Chris and his family in a time of need and a time of loss. And we're thinking about you, buddy. We love you, and we hope things start looking up a little better for you there. But Caleb, we appreciate you coming on with us, despite not having Chris alongside, to guide, because we all know he's the glue that holds that podcast together over there.
I can barely string together a sentence without him, just so you know.
He's the one that shows up on time.
He is definitely the one that shows up on time.
I was looking forward.
Chris is actually the one that he gave us a shout out quite a while ago now. He's the one that got us to 1,000 subs when we started getting close. He gave us a shout out from his channel. So we've been watching Chris for a long time. I think we were the 3rd shelf member when he was doing the sponsorship.
Wow.
So,
wow.
Described as well. So we're there. Oh, and I see my friend there, Larry. Larry Way Out One jumped in.
I saw Larry stuck in here.
I saw Larry in there earlier. If I'm missing anybody, so Caleb, you had a whirlwind of a day, and we appreciate you, getting here and being on the show with
Very
us.
much.
The New Year's show of the holiday live tour here on the Reseller Clickbait podcast, and we've been talking. You were listening in on your travels. We were talking about some goals that we may have succeeded, that we met from, maybe goals from 2022 up to 2023, and some stuff that maybe we fell short on. And so reselling wise, we'll talk that first before we go into any sort of YouTube. What are some things that you can recall that you may have set as a goal and accomplished in 2023?
My major goal, I set it up well over a year ago. When we first started, I was happy with $100, $200 a day. And I finally kind of built up, and I told Tanya, I said, I want to hit $1,000 in one day on eBay in sales.
Yes.
So I got to like $998 one time. And I was like, You've got to be kidding me, $2. Well, during the 4th quarter this year, we had just an absolute killer day, and we sold like $1,075. and I was thrilled. That was my major goal I wanted to set and
Yes.
get, and we did. So
Excellent.
that was a big one for me.
Yes. And anything that you may have set as a goal that you didn't reach, or that you I wouldn't say failed on, but something that maybe you're going to strive a little harder in 2024
You said
to
failed
accomplish.
when you asked me.
Well, yeah, but he's the guest. I'm gonna soften up those words a little bit.
I always strive to try to maintain 100% positive feedback. I know that's kind of like a pipe dream on eBay. You can't control it. You just can't. Somebody can just go crazy and do what they want to, but I've tried to do that. So I did it all year long. And right at the first of the year, I got 2 neutral feedbacks, 2 in a row. Boom, boom. I'm like, well, at least they're neutral. At least they're neutral,
Yes.
But one, I refunded the buyer because it was my fault. They was chatty on messages back and forth, until I refunded them. They disappeared. They won't revise nothing. They won't talk to me. It's just, they're gone. I'm like, lesson learned. And
Yes.
the other one, the guy didn't read the description. Then he complained about something not fitting after he didn't read the description. And I told him, I said, well, I mean, you can send it back. I can't really stop you, but you were wrong, and
Yes.
instead of sending it back, instead of going any route like that, he just left me a neutral feedback. I'm like, really? Those are the ones that bother me the worst. Like, I just offered you a way out and you want to go ahead and do that? Like, okay.
Yeah.
They're easier to swallow when you're actually wrong. When you sent the wrong product or something, those are a lot easier to live with.
Definitely. But yeah, that was kind of and it's still a goal, I guess. I mean, I'm going to have to live with that for a year, being on, my score.
Yes.
But I've kind of got over it. I mean, we ship out at least 2 to 250 packages a month. It's kind of unreasonable to think that you're never going to get a unhappy buyer,
Oh, sure.
I mean, nobody can maintain perfection forever. Even if you are perfect and everything you do, you're going to get a guy that's going to come in and, I mean, not everybody can be Ken Bill. Okay.
I've always said that.
Hey,
Ken gets perfect feedback by not shipping.
Yeah. Well, I got my first neutral in my reselling career. It's about 3.5, almost 4 years now. I've had 1 negative, and I got that taken off because they could see by progression it was more of the buyer just being unreasonable. Mm-hmm. And but I here recently I got a neutral, and I asked for a revision request and was even working with the buyer. Their neutral feedback was great customer service was what they put in, but they gave it a neutral, and they thought that they were rating the platform. They thought they were rating eBay, but leaving me a thing. And although I put in the revision request and the customer was supposed to change it, the revision request was closed, and so I guess it's stuck on my account for that year, or however long's that those last.
Caleb, I know you. I think you've said on the podcast before. How long have you been reselling for?
Well, I have been an active seller on eBay for 20 years, not at this level, but I sold since I was 18, which would be 2001. So I sold, or 2000, 2001. eBay was very young, and I was selling back then, but I was selling a thing here, a thing there, just, side hustle type stuff, just supplemental. And it's a funny story. It was June or May, May, I guess, of 2020. Me and Tanya, we always went yard selling. We have been lifetime yard sellers. And there was a point I had like 100 PlayStation 2 games that I didn't play. I just bought them because they were $1 at a yard sale, you know.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know,
Yeah.
how can you pass that up? And but we was at a yard sale. It was actually my cousin's family's her family she married into, her family's yard sale, and her brother-in-law or somebody had sold a case for a pistol. And I bought the case. It had a couple accessories, no gun or nothing like that, just the accessories. I brought it in. I took a few pictures, and I threw it on eBay real quick. Just, you know, nothing glamorous, just real raw on the floor type stuff. Just boom, took a picture, threw it on there, and done.
Yeah.
And I made $80 off of $1 in like 30 minutes. It all sold like boom, boom, boom. And Tanya seen it, and she's like, "Huh, I think you're onto something there." So
Light bulb.
she found like Lonnie and Candace and Commonwealth Picker and
a
couple of the big guys. You know, she found Harry Tornado, those guys, and she starts watching and kind of picking up a few things. And she says, "Hey, I think we could pay our bills with this." And I'm still working like full time. I'm like, there ain't no way. You know, I'm totally not even about to believe this is possible. So I go on a marathon listing. I had about 50 items listed in a week there. You know, I was still very new to listing a bunch at once. Well, after I got them all on there, it started selling a little faster. And before you know it, that first month we sell $1,500, and that we're debt free. So that basically paid our bills. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So from there, it snowballed.
It is true.
It literally snowballed like major. And I left my job in July or August of that year, and we've been full time ever since.
I think people underestimate the I don't know, the grit it takes to say, okay, I'm going to actually leave my job and do this full time. Like that is such a step that most people struggle with. That
well, mine had a lot of different components to it. I had a choice and I didn't have a choice type thing. But the funny thing was, and I tell people this all the time, we paid the house off in June. I left my job August 1st. Like, so it wasn't, you know, I don't tell people on my channel, on our podcast, I don't ever tell people, hey, quit your job and be a reseller.
No.
Yes.
Know, I don't know your situation and you don't know mine.
It's such an individual decision.
You've got to do that in your own way. But it worked for us. You know, like I said, debt free. We bought this shed, we fixed it, we got it ready, we cash flowed all that. So, I mean, it's really baby steps. And that's what I love about eBay. You know, I say it all the time on my channel, you make it what works for you. Like,
yes.
And I'm impressed with Corey and Teresa because I watched the other day, y'all was talking about where you used to sell, I think it was like camper toilets or something like that.
Yep.
And I was thinking, man, this dang Corey, he is a entrepreneur all the way. Like he could be a CEO of a company or something.
I have been.
Ken's going to clean the bathrooms, and you're the CEO of the company.
Yeah, I had in my setup, you know, I've told my kind of origin before, but I have always been a full-time reseller. I never had a part-time in it, and I had already left my previous job with no plan. And it's like, hey, you know, I had some friends that were resellers, and I got into it. So, you know, I never had to make that decision of, do I quit a full-time job to do this? I've built, you know, where I'm at. You know, I'm self-sustaining, self-sufficient with what I do, and I consider that a success. Absolutely. In what I've done. And, you know, I would never tell anybody that, just like you said, Caleb, I would never tell anybody, hey, quit your job. This is because it's not an easy thing. I work more than I worked when I had a regular 9-to-5 job.
That is 100% the truth.
It's an agonizing decision. I remember when, like, I make fast decisions. You know, if you're going to go left or right, I make the decision fast and I just deal with it and learn something from it and make the next one. Teresa likes to analyze things. I had to really prove to her that we could pay the health insurance on our own. We could pay the mortgage on
Yeah.
our own. Like, I had to really break it down, and it took me 2 years to convince her to leave her corporate accounting job. It was a process. Like, I
Yeah.
get why people struggle with it.
That's one thing
Yeah.
I will say. Anytime I run into people I work with, I say, quit complaining about paying $300 a month for insurance.
Yeah.
Quit right now. I said, you better be happy that you're paying that, because when you step out of that realm, this year we priced Tanya's insurance just for Tanya was going to be $1,800.
Yep.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, how in the world, don't tell me you're paying too much when you're paying $300-400 a month when for your family.
That's what we should get together and do a podcast on health insurance. I think that could take off.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, that's gonna really bring in the numbers.
Yeah, that
Health
was
insurance
sure.
for resellers.
I can see that one monetized in the first episode. First.
Of course, here soon it'll all be tax talk. It'll all be tax talk. People complaining about taxes, people wanting to pay taxes and stuff.
Just stop paying them.
Yeah,
So
just
we're
don't
going to
do it.
get into here in just a moment. Man, the comments have been flying by. I've been trying to highlight
Sorry, guys.
a lot of these things, which, are falling in line. The chat's having their own conversation. They're following along with what we are, with what we're saying. I did want to say hi to Alicia, the ink picker, is in here. And just a lot of good conversation in the chat. But I want to give away something, Corey. I'm going to give away something. We talked about some giveaways, and then I have something to give away to Caleb, and then we're going to talk about some upcoming goals for. Jill said she wants to be our special guest, as both an insured person and a mental health provider. Yes, we just have a talk with Jill.
Boring.
You probably
People
need to
can
keep her on standby as the mental health.
She's staff.
No.
Exactly.
What do we want to give away, Ken?
And there's Keith. Hey, everybody. Listening in while doing some shipping. We're reselling. New year. Everybody's, getting going and reselling. And we thought we would give away something resellery. Something resellery.
Is
that everybody
you just got out of the fridge, re-celery?
It is. It was, yeah. It was once celery and now it is again, I think. Wait, I don't know. But how about some bubble wrap?
Hey,
How about some bubble wrap? How about a roll of 175 square feet American Bubble Boy? Now, we have no affiliation with American Bubble Boy.
There it is. Right
Yes,
there.
we do.
There. Right about. Oh, we do? Okay. Corey does.
Yeah, Joel's a sponsor of
Gramps.
the Planes to Profit event, and technically I
that's
have an
right.
affiliate link I've never used for theirs, so
You
we
got
don't do
a
affiliates. But
sponsor on your first meetup.
he is a sponsor of our meetup.
Holy cow!
We have 4 sponsors
Jeez.
and 3 supporters.
I think me and Chris might have really not done that right.
Yes. Yeah, that is the scale, Alicia, that I won at the reseller rally. But we thought we would give away some bubble wrap, a roll of bubble wrap. We'll get your address. We'll have that sent directly out to you. And so we're going to do, what should we do as the,
just hashtag
the
bubble.
word? Hashtag bubble.
I'm just trying to think of words I know how to spell.
Yeah.
Okay.
You should probably require everybody to go sub to my channel. That way they get included in.
Oh, wait.
I'm just playing.
What did I do? Oh, I pushed the wrong.
I'm big here.
There
Yay.
you. Whoa! What was that?
There we go. Okay. I don't know what happened there.
Are you one of them button mashers? You just get freaked out and start hitting all the buttons?
I apparently I am. I'm trying to get this screen share thing up here so I can do this, share this. So hashtag bubble in the chat there. And we're going to give away some bubble wrap. We got a couple more giveaways to do here. We're already an hour into this, but the chat is popping here.
Hey, you guys are an hour in. I'm just like 20 minutes in. I'm ready to go.
He's fresh.
That's true. Yeah, he's got plenty of time.
You guys just
People are
tag me in
still-
and let me go.
People are still jumping in here. Like Casey Terry,
Hey,
my husband,
yeah.
Bama Jaybird Resell needs that bubble wrap. There you go. So get the hashtag bubble in there. Desert Sellers, Hustle Man. Is that Jonathan Hustle Man? Is that my friend Jonathan? I haven't seen it. I got to hang out with Jonathan in Vegas when we were out there. Susie Frost is here.
Hey, Susie. Susie watches us over there. She's
Susie,
a good member of this community. She is a sweetheart.
She is definitely, for sure, always been supportive of our show. We got 23. There's 57 people in the chat.
They're sleeping in here.
23 entries on the bubble. We're going to give you just a couple more. Some people are a little bit behind when they're watching, and so we're going to.
Some people are behind when they're on the show, right?
Hashtag insurance. Flippin' Moose has in there. Let's see.
Away, right?
One problem with Social Security is you can only make $23,000, or you have to start paying back Social Security until you hit full retirement age, and it goes to $58,000. Larry giving some financial advice there. Joel is an amazing guy. Yeah, over there, American Bubble Boy. I got to meet Joel in Cincinnati at the Reseller Rally, and we got to interview him here on the podcast.
Nice
Definitely cares about the customers, and just had a real it is Jonathan Hustleman.
He really does care, because he called me back before I was on the podcast, before I was on anything. I was nobody on YouTube. Nobody knew who I was, and I was buying his bubbles. And I had bought from him, for a couple months, and he just calls me one day and says, "Hey, this is Joel at American Bubble Boy. We just want to see how you're liking our bubbles." And that's the kind of guy Joel is. He's top notch.
Yeah,
exactly.
About as genuine a guy as you can find.
Absolutely.
There's a new name, Bird Dog 4. Good to see you, Bird Dog 4. Thanks for dropping in. And my cousin Susan is here. And she don't want to play because she'll end up winning the bubble wrap instead of someone who actually needs it. She is she is kind of a reseller. She does lots of crafty stuff. She has a channel, Allegheny Roots YouTube channel. Then. She does crafting and stuff like that. So we got 27 entries. We ready to go ahead and pick it?
Roll with it.
Roll.
Okay. And here we go. Round and round and round she goes. Where she stops. Who's going to win it?
I bet
should have put my name.
Watching. She probably did.
Watch Desert Sellers.
Desert Sellers.
All right.
Golf club.
Congratulations, Desert Sellers. You can either hit me up, SSK Promo, or go to the Reseller Clickbait Podcast on Instagram. And links are down below in the chat here, as well as links to Caleb's channel, Old Paths, to his Instagram account, and to the Old Guys Reselling Podcast. Those links are down below. And get us your address, and we will get that directly shipped to you. So congratulations. Hopefully you can use that bubble wrap. And while I'm giving stuff away, Caleb, I got a gift that I want to send to you, my friend. I think you're going to enjoy this better than a ham sandwich.
Oh, I'm in.
Which,
I hope not.
I'm trying to rent that space. I've been, in negotiations with my people. Have been contacting Caleb's people for months. That space right there, I think a big giant Mr. Bill head would look great right there. And we're going to get that done. And for the low price of a ham sandwich. But there was something that you requested of me.
Oh,
and
I've already forgot.
on your show, and I am now ready to get it out to you.
Oh.
And recently I had a whole different look. I was the seasonal Santa.
No. Oh no!
And you had request. Corey bailed out. Here you go, Caleb. Right here.
That'll look good right here.
Is the seasonal Santa beard. Right there. So, in all its glory, I should start labeling, label 2023, keep these each year. But there's your gift, my friend. Right?
I will
Everybody
cherish
put
that.
in hashtag DNA and you'll get a bag too.
Yeah. If the police ever show up to your door, I didn't use your beard for
That's
evidence. Well, thank you, Ken, I guess.
that and a ham sandwich will get me a spot on Caleb's
That's right.
blank wall there.
Oh, wow. That's funny.
Or some other padded room.
These are
Absolutely.
these are the curtains. These are the curtains for sure, Andy.
Wow.
Especially in a Ziploc bag, yeah. That's funny. So, Dragon Master Finds says, well, now I'm not driving anymore. Hello, everyone. Mental health is the reason I jumped in headfirst full time. But I tell more people my story on Saturday on Roman and Lissa's Live. Oh, that's right. Dragon Master was supposed to be the guest last week and was unable to make it. And so look forward to that. Anytime Picker. Go find Anytime Picker. We need to get a mod to drop links on this stuff, or I need to make more mods. Roman, if you're a mod and you're still in here,
I'll get him.
Yeah, drop it in here. We'll be watching for sure. But so Caleb, we kind of covered a few things there from 2023 that maybe goals that we did meet, or that maybe we fell a little bit short on. What does, and Corey, you as well, what does your 2024 look like? What is something, let's just talk like reselling, and then we'll talk a little YouTube or content creation, and then we're just going to do a general life sort of thing. What would you say is the one goal in 2024 you want to meet in your reselling business?
Well, let's see. I had another goal that I wanted to hit, and I hit it too. So that would have been a goal this year, and that was to hit 10K in a month, and we did that. We actually went over 11. We came really close to selling 100,000 all year. So if I had a goal, I would say that would be another reasonable goal, because I try to keep them within the stratosphere. Not, I want to sell you $1 million. Well, you might get there eventually, but not probably that quick. But yeah, I think 100,000 is a reasonable, and that's kind of what I'm shooting for next year.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that would be what I'd shoot for.
Is that your I missed it if you said, was that your gross or your net that you want to try to hit with?
Just in sales. Yeah.
In sales, 100,000.
We end up keeping somewhere in the neighborhood of 50%. So, I mean, that would be 50,000. I mean, listen, $50,000 is quite a bit of money where I live. If you're making 50 grand, you're doing all right. Tennessee has been traditionally one of the cheaper places. It is getting worse. I will say that. Back a couple years ago when the housing market started going up, ours literally doubled. The housing market here doubled.
Yeah.
So I know it's getting more, but 50,000, it's still, and that's 50,000 in my pocket at the end of the day.
Yes.
I feel like that's a pretty good paycheck.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Getting more expensive because YouTube keeps making celebrities over there.
Yeah.
People are moving in.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's that's an excellent goal, and I don't run the numbers like that, but I'll talk a little bit about that. Corey, what is your 2024 reselling goal?
Our goal is number based too, and I don't want to get too into the numbers because everybody's different on the numbers, what works for them and what doesn't. We run about 50% as well, within a percent or two, one way or the other.
Yeah,
depending on if we're good at buying that week or not. And we came close to our goals this year. We would like to see by at least fourth quarter of 2024, we'd like to be seeing the 60 grand 90 days. I mean, that's kind of where we want to be. We've been close, but we haven't
Wow.
stayed steady near that. So we're
Yeah.
a lot closer to the 40-45s on average if we average the year out. So we gotta step up our buying. We gotta buy better, I guess, not more.
That made me think of something too. A lot of people will throw, and I'm not trying to bash anybody, but they'll throw up their 90 day on Instagram or whatever, and they'll show off 100,000 in 90 days. I wish they would also throw up there, here's what we paid for it.
Yep.
Because I guarantee you they're not making 50%. Like, I'm impressed with Corey saying 60 grand in 90 days and a 50% return. That's big. That's big.
It's a lot of work. There's 2 of us doing it full time, and it's a ton of work, and we're not there. Like that's where we want to be. We've passed 50 quite a few 90 days, but it doesn't maintain. We fall back into that 45 range quite often.
Mm-hmm.
We're just not steady yet. So that's kind of where we're shooting for, considering that YouTube is not going to make us millionaires like we hoped. So we're not going to be rock stars on here. We got to step up our eBay game.
Yeah. That's, my goal, of course, is number based too. I kind of look at it overall. For me, the most important number that comes up is my weekly payout. That's the one. I have a goal for my weekly payout, and that's the one I try to hit. That anything that I can exceed, that's where I'm at. I know that I wouldn't even say have to scale my business. I just need to put the effort in that I can put. That's the one thing that I have on my side, is that I can put more effort in. And I have a goal of doubling my weekly payout by the end of the second quarter, which is totally doable for where my numbers are. I have a very low, I usually don't talk about my numbers, but I have a very low cost of living. Most everything that I have is paid for. And so, I got bills and utilities and some, insurances and things like that. But I can easily, I think, get to that, double my weekly payout by the end of the second quarter, and then see where I'm at from there. And ultimately, I would like to double that by the fourth quarter, by the end of the fourth quarter. So I think that is.
Will you have to expand your purchasing to double that, or do you think you have the inventory for that?
Right now I have the inventory, but part of that whole goal and how I'm going to reach that is, number one, just the effort, the consistent listing all of the time of what I have. We talk about people and how many, you hear people, oh, I've got 1,000 listings. I got, 3,000 things in my store. I have 5,000 things. I'm looking to scale that back. I want to be a better, picker. I want to be a better at deals. I want to find I want to have less inventory at a higher cost, a higher return on investment. Looking for better items, being more selective when I'm out at the sales, so that I can list not necessarily less items, but better items that have a better sell-through rate. Making deals outside of just going to yard sales and garage sales and stuff, estate sales, to try to do that. So, I have a lot of listings. Well, not a lot of listings. I usually run around 800 listings in my store, give or take. Now I'm a little bit down because I sold more through the fourth quarter, and I haven't listed a whole lot recently with the holidays and such.
I think we could afford to take one basket a week. Yeah, probably one of those totes a week, and just clear it out and take it to the Goodwill or something to donate. If we just went through all of our old inventory, we definitely have stuff that's been on just over a year now that we need to take a good look at.
Yeah, I mean, I have stuff that's still listed that's probably been here when I first started. That's 3.5, almost 4 years that have been here. It's not going to sell. Even and I worked today after I did my show. I was working towards, I'm going to end a lot of listings, do a similar, refresh a lot of those listings. I'm going to do some deep discount sales to get rid of just junk inventory, and if it doesn't go in like a 30 to 60 day period, boom, I'm just gonna say goodbye and put it on a yard sale first, and then just donate it. I just try to get some of my money back. But
you guys
just looking at
ready.
You're ready to scale up your inventory. I see you went 3 high on the top shelf now with totes.
I'm growing.
I
this
like
thing.
that.
I don't
Yes.
intend to slow down. I'm trying to grow this thing. Yeah, the top shelf expanded. Man, I'm telling you, that probably gave us. Oh, I don't even know.
That's
At
a lot of
least,
totes. Well, there's 20
Yeah.
some totes up there, right?
There's 20. There will be 24 total totes. So I expanded
That's
that
big.
by like 18 totes or 19 totes or something.
yeah,
But
You
I
need
did
to find
lose
a-
some of my tall space for, tall, skinny, tall, whatever, But I still
Yeah.
got this rack here, and I got one over on this side too. But another thing is I'm getting kind of tired of heavy stuff. So it's better for me and my wife to do lighter stuff. I'm trying to think about all that
Put
included.
the plush up there.
That's a lot of what that's going to be. One reason that started, I've got 2 totes back here of Death Pile that's nothing but plush. And I was like, man, that's going to take like 3 or 4 totes. And I'm like, where am I going to put that? And I thought, well, hey, I could go ahead and do what I've been thinking about doing. That's what that was. And that's what I came up with. But the good thing about that is I can go to this side too, and I can have another 20 more of those totes, 3 high. And I mean, it's to me, it's about, I have this space. This is what I have. Okay, let me work with what I have and maximize it. When it's maxed to the full, then I'll think about what I'm going to have to do to expand.
We're always running into we're out of space to put things that we list, so we've got to stop listing, try and figure out how to reorganize. Like for that first year of reselling, that we ran into that so many times. We're constantly restructuring to try and find room for stuff. So
hey,
I
Vintage
like
Codger.
the way you went up.
Yeah, I want to throw out a few hellos to people that dropped in. Vintage Codger, scrolling through and saw Old Paths and had to stop by and say hi. I seen down here that
was up there.
Yeah,
Pete's in the house.
I started. Pete is here. Pete, thanks for coming. And you got to meet Pete for the second time there in Cincinnati at the Reseller Rally. Great guy. Got to spend some time talking with him. And Rocky Top Ben is here.
Trouble's in the house.
The Rocky Top. Hey, I wanted to answer a question here. Shane, Soda City Flips. Question for the panel. What's your favorite Monday night live show on YouTube? I think this is the setup, folks.
I don't watch YouTube.
You don't watch it?
To be completely transparent, I really don't watch that much YouTube.
I watch more than I should, and it should be one of my New Year's resolutions to watch less.
Well, when I was younger, when me and Tanya first got married, I was the guy that I had to have the satellite TV. I had to have all the channels. I had to have this. I had to have that. And as I got a little older and started working more, I started putting in a bunch of overtime. And, my consumption of television and content is way down.
Yep.
And I know we pick on people all the time. Chris will say, did you see what they said on Trash to Cash? And I'm like, dude, I ain't watched Trash to Cash in 6 weeks or something, You guys still have a podcast? Is what I'm thinking. but what I do is this. I like to go find the new guys, not necessarily new, but the smaller channels and try to build those guys up. Bama Jaybird Resells in the house. I found him when he was down on like 20 subs or something. And I was like, man, this guy needs to be out there. He has a good personality. He's smart.
Yeah.
And he's doing good. He's just new, and it's hard when you're new. I had the benefit of having Chris pushing me and learning from him and him helping me. Some of these guys don't have anything like that. So I like to go behind these guys and kind of give them a little boost. Another one is, I don't know if you've ever heard of Carter's Retro Quest.
Yep.
He's a viewer.
I've seen the name, but
He's put out like 4 videos now. And I told him, he messaged me and I told him, I said, man, just keep doing what you're doing. Get more comfortable. You've got a great space. Your personality's fine. Just be yourself and be comfortable.
I think I chatted with him on Instagram.
I actually recommended you to him.
Yeah.
He
he's
said
a nice
something
guy.
about, he asked me, he said, do you know anything about audio? Because his Rode mic was really loud. I said, I don't really know that much about it, but I said, contact Corey.
Yeah, he's messed up more audio than anybody you know.
Yeah.
Corey knows not what to do. That's right.
So Lissa says that her crazy butt doesn't even turn on the TV. Her viewing is only YouTube.
Yeah.
Because Flippin' Moose had asked, does anyone in here watch lots of YouTube? And
I hope the authorities aren't watching, but I was one of those kids early on that jumped on Napster and pirated my TV. And we killed all cable TV when we were still in our teen years. We were married in our teen years, like 19. So we killed TV right away, and we just started pirating all our stuff.
You remember what was it? The Metallica drummer that pretty much got that killed. Yeah.
Yep.
I remember. I had like 1,000 songs, man.
And I didn't pirate one more Metallica CD after that. Hell with them. I'm not taking their stuff for free.
Oh, that's so funny.
So I want to answer this question that Shane had laid out there. Now I know this was a setup because Soda City does the Soda City Social on Monday nights, but I have to agree with my mother. My favorite Monday night is the Monday night draft that is either on Paul Philly Flippers show or Ray Nashville Flippers. They cross back and forth, and it's just a fun time. It's a fun draft.
Never have I ever watched the Monday night draft and saw somebody live from their bathroom while having a cigarette. Not once. So I'm going with Shane's every single time.
Everything.
I think I'm gonna have to check some of these out now.
And so I watched the draft with Paul and Ray and TJ, and then they have 2 guests on. They do a draft, and you will also catch me on there doing mid-round judging on the show, and that's a great time. And they're starting up again this Monday night. They've been off kind of on with travel and holidays and that sort of stuff. So this Monday night on Paul Philly Flippers channel, I'll throw out a plug, but also catch Shane on his channel as well. He does a fun live. He just opens it up to whoever wants to come on his show, and you come on, so you never know what the topic is going to be and what's going to go on. And I usually try to catch that.
It's at a good time too. It's usually when we're winding down because we have our big recording day Monday and our packing day Monday, and about the time we wind down, it's coming on. So it's always kind of our sit down and get ready for supper and watch the Soda City Social.
You let Grams eat supper? I thought you made her work all the time.
Well, she makes it, so I can't tell her no. She lets me eat.
Well, that's a good thing. Hey, speaking of food, I need to plug my wife right here, man. Oh my God.
Yes.
No, okay.
We're gonna let that one slide, chat. Right, just let it go. Just let it go.
The other day, she made some homemade biscuits. Shut up, Corey. She made some homemade biscuits in a cast iron. Corey, go. Homemade biscuits in a cast iron skillet, and let me just tell you, those were the absolute best biscuits I have ever had in my life.
That sounds good. In the cast iron.
Corey's still not okay.
Not okay. In a cast. Yeah, I've never had those before, but I've seen, whatever. You see recipes, you see different stuff. See the food cooking shows, and they pull out that big pan of homemade rolls in the cast iron. Is that the first time she's made them?
No, but I don't know what she done different, but they were just
maybe you were just hungrier. Well, I've heard your wife is actually a really good cook, so that tracks.
Good cook. She is a very good cook. I don't do this much, but later, I guess it was that same day, like it was like 9:00 at night, and I said something to her, and I came out here and I came back in and I thought, I thought you was going to make me some more biscuits. Well, she went ahead and did it. And I was like, I was just kidding. You don't have to do that. And I'm sitting there going, please, 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 please.
Please do
But
that.
She
Do that,
did.
yes.
We ate like 6 or 7 biscuits, all of us, just biscuits that night.
That sounds
after
good.
we'd had supper. Boy, that was
That's
so good.
great.
Mm.
Texas
funny
lady
thing
says she
is-
loves cooking in cast iron.
But the funny thing is, I'm not a huge bread guy. Like,
Uh-huh.
I could really probably cut bread out of my diet, except for those biscuits. I
love bread, like carbs, any kind of bread, donuts, just bread, SOS, like shit on the shingle, biscuits and gravy, anything carb related, I'll take.
You just want your carbs, nothing else, right?
I gotta watch.
Grams is looking forward to meeting Caleb and Tanya sometime, as am I. And Susan says that her brother-in-law made homemade pizzas in a cast iron skillet.
Hey,
It was so good.
It is a game changer, I'm telling you. Cast iron is, hey, my grandma back in the day now, listen, they wouldn't even clean their cast iron skillets. They'd just take and wipe them out. You wipe it out, you put it up. And what happened was, the next time you cooked, it's already seasoned really, really good. Yep. Hey, this guy sound like, thank you. What are you talking about?
Oh, Bobby?
Bobby, I don't know.
A long story short, is Krillin checking in. We appreciate it. Good to see you, my friend.
Sorry, I lost my train of thought. It's gone. That's one of the issues of being an old guy. You have to have a bad memory. If you want to be on the podcast, you can't remember anything.
Yeah, I can't remember half the stuff. I have note sheets here, and I think you know what, Corey? I think it's time to give away something else.
Giveaway. Do it.
Let's
do it.
I love a giveaway.
What did we have? What else do we have?
Well, I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna give. What? Yeah, we got a couple. We're gonna do a reseller clickbait podcast package, which is I got to get my giveaway thing up here again.
Get rid of
I don't know
thing
why
nobody wants early, so that we have the good stuff left for last.
So you are going to get in this package things that represent us and the show. You got your Grams of Pop sticker right there. You got your Reseller Clickbait podcast.
Hey.
You got your Ken versus 10.
Hey, I need
and your SSK promo sticker.
I need some of
and
them.
then for
looky here.
Oh, I got one there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Man, I need to get you.
Sorry.
There is no Ken, but there's room. There's room on that other side.
I could put your headshot right there.
Well, that's one of the prizes that goes out with this. An original OG headshot.
Oh my goodness.
Of SSK promo. Caleb, did you know that Corey was an author?
I heard that on one of y'all's podcasts. That blows me away, man.
We got The Pandemic Life of a Midwesterner. A comical look inside rural living during the COVID-19 pandemic. But there's a picture of the author right there. Looks just like Corey.
It's a good bathroom book.
A little less gray in the beard, but yeah, it looks just like
a few years less.
And this book is signed by the author right there on the inside.
eBay? That's going to show up on eBay.
Well, hopefully they're already for sale. If you don't win the package, you can get them on eBay. You can get them on Amazon, and you're going to get your very own Mr. Bill to represent right there. So the Reseller Clickbait prize package. Let's put hash. I was going to put RCBP. I'm going to put that in the thing.
RCBP.
Hashtag Reseller Clickbait podcast. Put that in the chat right now, if you want your chance to win the... I'm going to start collecting the comments right there. If you want to get this valuable prizes, man, this is the best prize we give away.
That
The
was
Mr.
awesome.
Bill, the sticker pack, the signed copy of author Corey Eckert's book, Pandemic Life of a
Did you forget my
Midwesterner. It is, well, I had to check the last name. I don't usually address you with your last name. And the
I'm just kidding.
the headshot right
No.
there is and that will be coming out to you. That's probably the best prize package in the business. Anything that,
Got to be close.
yes.
Soda City said he needs to send me a sticker. That's fine.
Uh-huh.
Hit me up on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, and I will give you my address. I'll fill that thing up with whoever wants to send stuff, as long as it ain't nothing bad.
It's got to be PG.
You got to be PG. That's right.
Shane's got cool stickers. He's got great hats too. I've got one of them up there.
Did y'all see
He-
Rocky Top Ben's Facebook where ADH Dave made a AI portrait of Ben?
Yes, it looked like
was
Fabio.
amazing. It was amazing. It was so great. I told him on there, it looked like he was ready to go fight Roman Reigns for the world title.
Looked like a 20-year-old Ben on steroids.
It did. Oh,
the let me see. Yeah, Jill says that Corey's book is Nancy approved. Jill and Nancy have read this. Nancy actually sat in her house and laughed aloud all by herself. She couldn't believe it. I still totally want to read that, Corey. The insight promises to be a hoot. And Corey has his new book coming out entitled Christmas is Overrated, which looking forward to see that.
yeah,
I
I
do
heard
like
about
book
him taking
ideas.
down the decorations while the kids was opening the packages.
They were if you find Corey's book while sourcing, it'll be worth a lot of money.
There you go.
Someday.
So we'll give another minute or so. And we will draw this. We got 24 people that are signed up, 61 in the chat, including Tim Holcomb is in there. Jill says her new book is Podcasting with Santa. So we're going to draw this up. We're going to draw this up right now for the Reseller Clickbait Podcast prize package. And then we got another giveaway, at least one more, another reseller supply. So we're going to push the button right now. Why I keep wanting to push the button on this little screen that I'm watching over here and it doesn't work. Here we go. Clicking the button with 24 entries right there. If Shanna wins again, then you can all call rigged. Rad Relics.
There we go.
There we go. Very cool. Very cool. Congratulations, Rad. I don't know. I don't know Rad Relic's name.
I've seen.
I don't know his first name either. But
I don't either.
Rad Relics, are you laid up with a broken leg right now? Did I watch your latest video? I think I'm thinking of the right guy. Let me know if I am.
John.
It's John. It says it's John. John, congratulations for sure. And so, John, if you want to reach out to either me, SSK Promo on Instagram, or the Reseller Clickbait Podcast on Instagram, we'll get your address and we will get this prize package out to you, Corey. And you've got that note noted.
Yes, I got him.
Of who won it. Thank you, sir. Our Christmas tree is still up because I'm too lazy to take it down.
We were too
It
lazy to
says
put
Teresa.
it up too. Our youngest came out and did it.
I am actually tomorrow. I am going. Tonight's the last. I still have the Christmas lights on the house outside, and I just haven't had it in me to go pull all the plugs. But we're supposed to get some nasty weather this weekend, and before they get like all wet and sit out in the weather, I'm going to take them all down tomorrow. But I'm going to wear.
Checking.
It's
we're not
cold
gonna
out
get
there.
Any snow yet.
It's only supposed to be in like the low 30s or something tomorrow. And Jill got me a heated vest. Jill, FYI, that came today. She got me a heated vest for Christmas. And, well, she got one. And the first one, it didn't come with the battery pack. It's like, why would you sell that? And then the battery pack was like another $30 if you bought it separate or something like that. So we sent that one back, and she got me another one. It came today, so I'm looking forward to putting on my heated vest and going outside, taking down those decorations. Well, I'm not looking forward to taking them down, but you got to. If anybody is interested in purchasing my newest items, please reach out to me. he's already selling the book or the headshot. Well, yeah, Corey and Teresa sold my headshot like 5 minutes after they got it.
We did.
Why take the lights down? Makes it easier on yourself next year's. Oh, I'm very particular about my lights and putting them away and stuff. But we're not talking Christmas. We're talking goals. We covered some reselling stuff. What sort of YouTube goal do you have, Caleb, for 2024? What do you want to accomplish with your channel? I knew that you were. Do you have any spoiler alerts on the two old guys? I know you mentioned in your recent video that, or your update video, that you had some exciting stuff coming up.
I don't know yet. That's the update.
Okay.
No, YouTube is so funny. I didn't have time to really make any goals. I will say, thanks, Chris, for helping me learn. I come from a background of knowing how to edit audio. I done quite a bit of audio when I was younger, and I did a little bit of video, but that game changed a lot from the time I did it till now. So, he was over here one day. He showed me some stuff, helped me with thumbnails. He's a wealth of knowledge and wisdom. Chris is a YouTube guru. He knows what he's doing.
Yes.
And you can tell it by watching his videos, his intros, the guy had a formula, So I just say thank you to him for helping me. But my goal, I had a friend that told me, he said, man, if you keep going, you're going to be at 1,000 subs by the end of the year. And I'm like, you're crazy. That's not going to happen. So last week, it's like 3 days before the end of the year, and the video explodes, and I'm at 1,250 subs. And I'm like, okay, this YouTube thing just blew my mind. I don't know how to gauge what's going to happen now, because next week might be 1,000. The week after that might be 500. Hey, you might have a 5,000K video, or 5,000K. That's bad. 5K video come out or something. It's hard to judge, but I would just say my next goal would be to get my hours. And that video helped me tremendously.
Yeah.
I was at like 1,500 going into that, and now I'm sitting at like 2,600. So it gave me a really big boost. So I'm closing in on that first stage of monetization. So that would be my next goal. And just to keep growing. I don't expect to grow by leaps and bounds. I never expected that, ever. But if I just can consistently grow and just appreciate what I have, because me and my wife was talking about this. To me, I'm not trying to get rich like Corey on YouTube. But
that's good.
I look at it as an opportunity to be an encouragement and a help, and maybe share some little bit of help and encouragement and wisdom and knowledge with somebody else. Because what it really hits me is you see everybody like's in this chat. We got a lot of people in the chat that know what they're doing.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people that watch that are just starting to try eBay for the first time. And they're listening to you and saying, this guy knows what he's talking about, or this girl knows what she's talking about.
Yes.
So I don't want to mislead anybody. I want to get them good information and sometimes explain it and break it down like on a computer screen, show them. I don't want to necessarily be a teacher, but I'm not saying I don't not want to include that. Mostly just be an encouragement to the guy that's getting ready to quit because the taxes are hard or whatever. He says, I can't do this. No, you can. You can. Don't give up your dream of being your own boss, because it's a liberating feeling not having to punch a card, not having to answer to somebody else. You're your own boss and you're working for your customer, really, is the way I look at it. Hey, Christine, good to see you.
Christine was in the live earlier today.
Christine is a loyal follower. Like, she is a faithful follower to so many people. She's a sweetheart too.
I've heard you speak of her on the Two Old Guys before.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart.
Yeah, I think what you're saying there too about that people are watching what you're doing, and you want to be. I like that angle of you want to be encouraging to people, and give some entertainment, give some information, give some. But as the one thing that I found when I first started getting into reselling is you go out and you watch all that content, and you watch one guy and they say, some people get belligerent about it. If you're not doing it this way, then you're wrong. And but you get some other people that very legitimate, and they give their process and what they do, and you say, this sounds, I can do that. And then you get the very next guy that's same equally as, respected in the community, and they do it completely different. And they, they're not saying this guy's wrong. There are so many different ways to run this business on your own. I'm sure the three of us were like anything sellers or everything sellers. We're not niched down to anything. We're going to sell anything that's profitable. We probably run our businesses similar to one another, but there's always going to be those differences. There's things, when Corey and I talk about things, it might spark my mind and go, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Or I might go, yeah, I'm never going to do that. I'm not going to do that in my business.
Yeah.
Works for him.
Choice.
Works. It works for him. And, I may watch your channel, Caleb, and say, that's great, because maybe it's a case of you can find some. Your area is different for sourcing. The connections, the networking that you have with folks is a little bit different. In the end, numbers are numbers. When you talked about, maybe somebody says the taxes are too hard or something like that. Numbers are numbers, but the way that you run your business, just as simple as, the way you tape up a box or something, it's that this is the way that I do it. If it works for you, great. If it doesn't, as long as it's not one of the folks that's like, if you don't tape your box like this, you're wrong, and you're not gonna, those ones turn me off. So
yep,
I like that philosophy of where you're going with what you want to do in your 2024.
Well, there's plenty, and I don't mean to hog the mic. I'll just say this and I'll shut up. But
go.
There's plenty of negative, and the problem is drama brings people in. Mic hog right up there. But, I mean, there's plenty of negativity out there.
Yes.
We could come on here and be like, stop what you're doing and do it this way now. And I mean, I just ain't that guy. I don't care. I mean, it really doesn't make any difference to me how you run your eBay store. You can take my advice or you can leave my advice, and that's totally fine. But if you can develop your own methods based on something you hear, it's kind of like this. A lot of people will come to church, right? And here I am, the preacher, right? You'll have this outline of what you want everybody to get. When they leave at the end of the day, they're going to remember something you said. Probably not everything you said, but something you said. If you can leave them with a thought, and it's the same way here, they may not remember everything you say and everything you teach and everything you share. But if they can pick up a nugget here and a nugget there, that's to me, that's what I'm aiming to do.
Yes. Yeah. And I agreed with that 100%. I don't do a lot of that pre-recorded content. I do my goofy shows and stuff like that. But hopefully when I'm doing that, I pass something along. Corey, what is your YouTube goal for 2024?
I think ours have to remain selfish because they started selfish. And
okay.
Rather than being a monetary selfish for us on YouTube, we've kind of shifted to where it's more fulfilling selfish for us. It's something we do because we enjoy it. It's become kind of a community for us. And I mean, I love to help people out too. That part of it is really fun for us. And when we first started, and we're still really close to that first started, so we were familiar with that feeling. The people we learned the most from were the people that just did what they did and we got to watch. They weren't telling us how to do anything.
Yeah.
They were just letting us watch them do it. So I think that's kind of where we would like to see our channel, is just a place where on Wednesday we're the mechanic with the doors open and you can hang out by the door and have coffee with us and watch as we just do what we're doing. And that community that comes with that is what we've enjoyed the most. So we'd like to keep doing it that way. And if it pays a little here and there, that's great. But our focus shifted away from that probably within the first half a year when we figured out that just wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't an overnight success. Yeah.
And we're good with that because there's so much more than the money on YouTube. I mean, put it this way, 90% of the people that are doing YouTube and they're trying to do it for money, they're not going to be around in a year. And if you got to find another reason to love it, you have to.
That's a very good point.
Yes. Say goodnight to Bill in a box in the garage. And I see Shane had left earlier, and a hello to Mary McQueen.
Hi, Mary.
A new name for us here. When awesome. You had just...
Mary is awesome.
When you had just said that, Corey, let's see that's why I love the folks on the close-knit community. It's about support and encouragement. Agreed. If I had to lay out my goals for 2024, I like doing, what I'm doing. I don't think that I'm going to be putting out a lot of pre-recorded content because that's just not me. I'll probably do more. I like my Ken versus 10 show that I do on Thursdays, and it's a small audience, but it's people that I enjoy hanging out with, that I either know that are from this community that are fun and they're very engaging. And right now there's 57. Just a second ago there were 60 people. These are the people that I want to associate with, the people that are here in this chat. I am planning to do another show that it is a pre-recorded show called 10 with Ken, and that's going to be kind of a little bit of an interview, kind of a 10 rapid fire question sort of a thing. That's going to be different guests each week or however often. Let's see what Pete is saying. Just stay focused, consistent in business and YouTube, and things will eventually start rolling. This is a marathon, not a sprint.
That's good advice.
Good advice.
Truer words for sure. Just stay that course. Be good customer service. Be yourself. If you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, people see right through a fake personality. Hey, I could be wired and crazy Ken the whole time. Hey, thanks for watching the Reseller Clickbait podcast. And but people are you can't do that 24/7.
You don't bring that kind of energy to this show. What are you trying to do?
I don't. And so, yeah, but yeah, good advice. Just stay focused. Keep your mind on your business. Keep, like I say, be informative, be entertaining. A guy told
Always
me, what's his name?
Always look to take that next opportunity in advance and do better. Which, speaking of which, like I'm hoping Chris is better by next week. But if not, Caleb, if you're looking for a show to just keep the rust off, well, you can come join us again next week.
Yeah,
Man,
we're always
thank you.
looking for.
I
We're always
appreciate
looking for a good guest. Hey, Corey, you know what I just noticed? I just looked up at the clock. We made it past the 2-hour mark.
And StreamYard
I'm not
hasn't shut us
sure.
off yet.
And yeah, last the Christmas episode, it was like, "Hey, America," and it's like, "Wait a minute, did that just quit? What happened with the show?" So we don't know if that'll quit on us again. But
That was
yeah,
my
definitely
Christmas
good
spirit.
goals.
Just getting it down.
just brought the show down completely. But yeah, just yeah, all of those things. Any other goals 2024, just in general, life in general, goals, stuff that's not YouTube, not reseller related, that you are trying to accomplish? Or I mean, some people are resolution people, some people are not resolution people, but what's something that either of you would want to just accomplish personally?
I have something that I want to do. It is real life. It's also reseller related.
Okay.
And we just don't know about the logistical side of things and how it's going to come together yet. It's just in the beginning phases, but I can't wait, whether it's ours or another one, but I can't wait for another meetup. That is probably,
Yes.
hey, if I could get out there, I would. That's a long ways, buddy. That's a long way.
It's a short plane ride.
I've never
Hashtag.
I've been on a small plane, a 3-seater. That's all I've ever been on. But no, that's probably my single most favorite thing about YouTube so far is it introduced me to Chris. Chris and me are not just two guys on YouTube. We're friends. We are real life friends. I know where he lives. He knows where I live. We've been to each other's houses. Like, we're friends. We talk on Messenger like all the time. I met some really cool people at our meetup that we had.
Yes.
Probably one of my favorite people in the entire world now that I met, and I hope he hears this.
Oh, wait. I wasn't there. Go ahead.
Chris Moose. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Chris Moose.
Yep.
I have not.
He is as genuine. What Chris Old School Picker. I was inside the depot where we had the meetup, and we was doing some last minute, I was helping Tanya, whatever, getting tables set up or something. I didn't do a whole lot, but what I'm pretending like I was. And we had this big sliding door that goes out to the porch where we had the dinner. And Chris says, "Caleb, come here." He said, "This is Chris Moose." Dude was super excited to be there. And listen, I've never been so excited that I felt like I wasn't even there. Like, I felt like I was watching it go on from up above. But meeting all the people at that meetup that I'd heard about or seen on YouTube, or because, Chris Moose was there. He was awesome. Laura LKG 329 Sales. Don't know if you've ever heard of her. She's a local reseller. She's on YouTube, LKG 329 Sales. She lives like 45 minutes down the road from me. She was awesome. Got to meet her. Got to meet Trading Post Pickers. Those guys was awesome. I mean, just genuine, down to earth people. Got to meet Chris's family. That was the first time I'd ever met his wife. Just awesome time. Got to meet Rocky Top Picker Ben. He was there. Just super people. Mars Bargain Basement. I could go on and on. These guys were just, they were real. It wasn't like, they always say, don't meet your heroes. And I ain't saying they're my heroes, but they are people I look up to.
Yes.
And meeting them did not diminish my outlook on who they really was. Like, if anything, it was better. Like I met them and it was like, they're even better in real life than they were. And I was telling Chris, I didn't say this on the show or nothing. I said, I really hope Ken and Jimmy come, and
Uh-huh.
Corey wasn't on the show at that point. I said, I hope they come. And he said, well, I don't know if they will, they have stuff going on up there. I said, I know, but I hope they do. So thanks for letting me down, Ken.
Yeah, well, you're welcome. You're welcome. I was a plan. We have, of course, the 127 runs through Ohio as well.
Yeah.
And we had made some plans, not only, to do the 127 here. Jimmy and Sonia and Jill and I all did that for a couple of days. And then we had, immediately following that, we had Chris, Cajun Reseller, had come up to visit us. And but yeah, there's that meetup. There's the Planes to Profit. I had dropped a link back in there a little bit ago. That's coming up. 49 days, 3 hours, 54 minutes until that event. I'm on the website right now taking a look at that. Tickets are going quick. Get those. Yeah, the meetups. I should say that as far as one of the goals that from 2023 that I did accomplish was to go to more meetups. And I did more. I either went to more meetups or met more resellers last year. And it's just fun. It's I want to do more of those things. I want to meet more resellers. You had said, never meet your heroes. Corey and I were just talking about this today. And it's not necessarily, I think you should always meet your heroes. Just don't get to know them. Shake their hand, have an afternoon, eat a lunch with them or something like that. And then they'll still be your hero later on.
That's right.
So
the meetups are a ton of fun. And I think when you walk away from a meetup, unless you go there and lock yourself in your hotel room, you're going to walk away knowing a few more people and a few more stories and a little bit more about reselling than you did when you got there. And you're almost always going to open yourself up to opportunities just by knowing those people in the field. Like we wouldn't be on the podcast together had it not been for a meetup. And we wouldn't know half the people in the community had it not been. Our YouTube channel probably wouldn't be half as far as it is for Grams and Pop's channel had we not gone to the meetups, because we got advice from other YouTubers there. And like there's the opportunities and the relationships it opens up, I don't think you can overvalue that. It's huge.
Yes.
It's way bigger than people think.
I can confidently say that I wouldn't have a YouTube channel if it hadn't been for our meetup. I would not have a YouTube channel. And a little tidbit, Chris tried to get me to go to the Trash to Cash meetup that was here the year before. He invited me. He's like, come go with me, and I'm like, oh, I'm such a socially awkward guy. Like I couldn't do it. So I could have met Mr. Ken Bill. That is like 20 minutes from my house.
You would have got to meet me, to have known me and see, I got to meet Chris there for the first time. Yeah. And, we sat at the same table. We got to eat dinner together. We got to hang out. We hung out a little afterwards at a thing. And I've
been in that very building several times. I mean, I grew up in this town. I've been all over the place. I've been in the park numerous times in my life.
It's worth going to. That was one of our goals this year, was to go to at least 2. Obviously, one of them is going to be the Planes to Profit because we're helping host that one, and that one's been way more work and way bigger challenge than any event. We've gone to a lot of like e-commerce events and stuff too. This one's been just a lot of work from day one because we're trying to put on a good event. Yep. But we do plan to get to at least one other one this year. We just haven't decided which one.
We kind of wanted ours. We kind of wanted ours to feel like, just I don't know how to say it. Like
for a barbecue.
For me, it's kind of easy to picture it. Like, so I've been in church my whole life, and homecoming dinner. Right?
Yep.
Homecoming dinner is the big one. And that's what I wanted that to kind of feel like. Hey, you just come in, you hang out, talk to people, eat what you want, have a good time. We'll give some stuff away. And that's what we did. We just made it kind of a formal, and I mean, it was just fun. That's what I wanted it to be. And it turned out to be great. And I was watching the RIN guys like a month later, and Leroy's going off. I pop up in the chat and he said, "Oh, it's Caleb. His wife makes the best banana pudding in the world." And I'm like, "Oh, that's so awesome." Just that he remembered, and then him and Tim was arguing over it. It's not, he called it banana cream pie and he said, "No, it's banana pudding. Don't you know what you're talking about?"
You guys have a huge benefit right there doing your event like you do, because you have all the people that you want to come to the event are there. Like they're already at the sales.
Our location is so perfect.
Perfect. So like nobody's coming to Omaha on purpose. No. So we got to bring them in.
Yeah.
So we had to do a lot of planning to get people to actually come into Omaha in February.
It was kind of funny too. When we set up our location, it's literally Main Street of our town is 127. It goes right through Main Street. And the venue we chose is our old train depot. Well, we didn't know that the first weekend in August, which was the 127, was also a block party for our town. They closed Main Street off. And I'm like, people couldn't even get to the building to park. And I'm like, oh no. But they all found their way. We pinned a couple of parking lots around, on Google Maps and put it in there, and everybody found it. And I found another venue this year. Well, my wife actually found it. We may be able to use, and it'll hold like 250 people. So we'll see. We'll see what's coming. I'm not real sure, but Rocky Top said he was the only one that got my autograph.
So Meg had said that the Reseller Rally was one of the highlights of her 2023. So good to meet all of you crazy kids. And then Alicia says that Meg, the Lilac Seller, you were the only one at the Reseller Rally that knew her from the Flippin' Fantastic podcast. I will always remember that. And I kind of want to expand on that. Well, yeah, but you also knew her from hanging out and stuff. But I also want to say that about Meg. It is very cool when you're making content, you're a content creator, and somebody that you do not know comes up to you, and at the Reseller Rally, Meg came up and introduced. She said, "Hey, I watched the podcast," and she knew me from there. And she's just such a nice lady. It was like an instant friendship right there, and just brought her in. We got to hang out the rest of the weekend with Corey and Teresa and Lisa and Connor and me and Jill and Megan. It was just to have somebody recognize you and say kind words about that they enjoyed something that you were doing and stuff, and that has kind of continued from there.
Meg's a great example of why you go to meetups. Like if you go to a meetup and you meet Meg and you don't like Meg, you're also the kind of person that kicks puppies. Like everybody that I talk to loved Meg. You can't not like Meg.
Puppy kicker.
Yes. Puppy kicker. I only go to meetups to sign headshots. That's it. That's the only reason to get myself out there.
I'll give you your own table, Ken. I will give
my own table to. I can to sign my 127.
Yeah.
Oh, two old guys reseller. Ken, you and Jill were instrumental.
Ken and a cowboy.
Thank you.
Over here at the Omaha one for a headshot.
There you go. That sounds.
I think I already have a headshot idea in mind for.
Does it involve chaps?
It does not. It does not. But okay, so I tell you what, we're still got plenty of people in here. Let's do a final giveaway, Corey, and then we'll kind of wrap up a little bit. Again, something resellery again is this time we're going to give away another item. Everybody uses bubble wrap, and we gave that away earlier. But we also use tape.
Hey.
a 6-pack of the My Go-To tape. Again, this comes from American Bubble Boy. Corey has an affiliation. They are one of the sponsors for the Plains to Profit meetup, which definitely appreciate Joel and their support. Also, I think Corey has some affiliate links on his thing. But from my end is I like to support people that are good people in the community.
I've never used his affiliate links. I just assumed he kept the whole thing. He didn't have to pay me. I'll tell everybody to buy their stuff from Joel.
Yeah. Well, the quality is always consistent.
I love that it comes in like a day to South Dakota. Nothing comes in a day to South Dakota that wasn't already here.
So it gets there that quick to you too, huh?
Yeah, it's fast.
Wow, that's unbelievable.
So we're going to put in there hashtag tape. Hashtag tape. We're going to give away a 6-pack of My Go-To tape right there. The 110 feet or whatever yards on there. So
I should insert this drawing maybe to help me keep my crap together for 2024.
Just you could tape your door shut to your shed out there, keep you working. Teresa would be like, or you could tape them dogs up, keep them in line.
If you just tape my fridge shut, I'd get more done.
That's me. Yeah.
And yeah, Caleb, this has been good. I'm glad that you could come on with her. Hashtag 6-pack from Pete.
Can't hashtag that. Sorry. I ain't got nothing. I got a big fat gut. No 6-pack.
Hey, did you get to see my, oh, you can't really see. Did you see my festive Happy New Year shirt there, Caleb?
That's cool.
When, let's see if there's anything else on my notes. I don't have anything. So, yeah, another holiday live tour coming to an end. I'm looking forward to next year. Looking forward to a few more lives throughout the year on the podcast, because this is always fun. I love lives myself, much more than pre-records. I love the interacting with the chat. We talked about community and meetups and stuff, and this is kind of a little form of a meetup. Is you get that live interaction with folks, and really enjoy that. But yeah, I guess, Corey, we didn't talk about goals on the podcast. We're going to do some more. We're talked about doing some more guests, having some more guests.
Everybody
on the
talks
show.
about goals this time of year. It's good to be a little bit different.
There you go. We have no goals.
Our goal is just to have a podcast next week.
Yeah, by 2025. I wrote on my life goal, just my life goal is just be alive in 2025. When I get there, I mean, currently, I'm fortunate. I don't have, many or any health issues or whatever. You don't want anything unfortunate to ever happen to anyone, but I should be here in 2025. But
you'll be here.
Jill says more lives.
I'd have to recruit somebody to take your spot, and I don't know anybody that talks as much as you.
Yeah. 599 subscribers. If you are in here right now, Reseller Clickbait Podcast, go and hit that subscribe button. If you've got one of those, alternate accounts, those, burner accounts, those ones that you just get on and mess with other people. And let's see where we at.
Hey,
we are at 904 on the Two Old Guys Reselling Podcast. So we got you over that mark.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys.
So we have 26 people in here that have tape. Amy is looking to win the Stanley Cup. Hashtag Stanley Cup.
601, he says.
Yes, happy. Yes, happy for health, friends, family, and happy to find this channel for eBay fellowship. Well, thank you,
Go. That's
Thank you,
awesome.
Texas lady. So let's draw this right here. 26 people. Hashtag tape for the 6-pack of the My Go-To tape, and round and round and round she goes. Who will win? I hope it's me. I can use some tape. Vintage Keith
There we go.
over at Vintage Sports Flips. Keith has a new podcast that he started too. It's like a memorabilia and stuff. He did a live last night, I believe, that was kind of talking about 90s stuff and
they do kind of a draft
sports
type thing. It's well done. It's a little too sportsy for me, but I know anybody that likes sports is gonna like that show. Like they did some pretty cool drafts where they talk about like the worst sports fight or something like, or the best sports fight. So they had some pretty cool concepts going on. It's just a lot of sports for me.
By the way, did you guys see that the Tennessee Volunteers smoked Iowa 35-0?
Yeah,
no, I didn't see that.
I didn't think you did.
Guys. You guys
figured something out. Yeah.
Let me see. Hold down the fort for a minute.
Oh, he gone.
Ken's got to poop again. Man, that was fast.
That actually kind of looks better.
It's not bad. I wish it actually said, "Oh no." All right. Keith, on that one, just send us a message on Reseller Clickbait Podcast or send it to Ken on Instagram. Either way works, and we'll get your address from you. Send you some tape out. Let's see.
Giveaways are fun, ain't they? I like doing giveaways.
We just want a giveaway from you.
I know.
I'll tell you what, Teresa doesn't watch very many YouTube channels, like at all. Like I'll be watching YouTube channels, she'll be going, "Who's that?" I've been watching them guys for a year, but she watches your channel.
Really?
She is a super fan.
Well, I'm honored. I tell you, I'm just me, man. Just me.
She always asks me, did you enter his drawing this week? I'm like, I don't know.
We've still got 2 that they haven't come and claimed yet. No, but I put an email and I put Instagram, and 2 of them have not responded at all. So I may just have to give them away again if they don't before long.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, I want to give them away. So
no, that was the last few shows we've caught in the morning here, like the morning after you release. We're able to get up and actually watch a show before we start packing. So we've watched the last couple ones together, and I saw that one take off, and I'm like, oh, what the heck is he doing over there? Like, you running ads at your video? That thing's killing it. No, I was amazed. That was a good job.
Yeah, Teresa just said, I like that show. When is Tanya going to be on?
Yeah,
I'm working on her.
I'm waiting.
More encouragement. Just start chanting for her. Maybe she'll come on. I'm getting her to talk at least, like she's talking. And when I showed the totes, I was hoping like through the cracks you might catch a glimpse, but I was
catch a reflection.
Yeah, yeah. I try to catch her, but yeah, she's like, take me out. She's
didn't.
Very shy.
Not that anybody. I should be one of the the one old guy podcast or whatever.
Am I? Ken.
Oh, that's true. But yeah, that's only about an hour. If I pee right before the show, I'm good for 2 hours. When we get here to 2 hours and 24 minutes, I was not, not that people need to know that. Yeah, I have been known to change outfits in the middle of stuff.
I thought she was coming back with that beard glued back on. Is what I thought.
Yeah, I got to get that packaged up and get that. Ken came back with a Santa beard. Yes. I will comment on every video until she joins.
She will.
Teresa wants Tanya on this show bad.
I told her she'd make it better.
She will.
She said, but I pick on
100%. Guarantee
Oh,
she will. Our
100%.
nobody
She said, I
watched
pick
our
on
channel.
you. She said, I pick on you too much. People won't like that. I said, oh no, we
Yes,
gotta
they
be
do.
gotta be real. Gotta be real. Pick on me.
The meaner Grams gets, the more views we get. So I'm telling you, it works.
Hey, I could tell she could be a fireball.
Oh, can be.
Okay, I think we are going to wrap this one up for this is the longest show here. It's the last one of the holiday live tour series until next holiday season. Definitely looking forward to that, and a few lives in between. Caleb, my friend, I appreciate you racing home to get on there. Again, thoughts and prayers out to Chris. Old School Picker was originally scheduled, and was unable to make it. And we're thinking of you, buddy, for sure. Mm-hmm. And what's the last word? Which, when I always say that, I say, "What's the last word?" Then I talk for 5 more minutes after you're done. But Caleb, what's the last word that you got for the folks here in 2024?
Well, first, I want to thank you, gentlemen, for having me on tonight. You are my first show that I've done outside of my channel and Two Old Guys Reselling podcast.
Oh, cool.
So this will be a good memory for me. I am still very rookie at this. So I'm kind of like fanboying over here, with you guys, hanging out with you guys, but I don't know if that's the correct term. I'm not up on the lingo, but if that's not, forgive me. But no, thank you guys for having me on. I appreciate the folks that went over and subbed to the podcast. 904 right now. So that's awesome.
Nice.
And I'm pretty sure a couple of them went over and subbed to me. I'm at 1268 right now. And the video today is doing good. It's almost at 500. So it's keeping up with last week. So, here we go. But no, thank you guys. I really appreciate it, and just had a ball.
Excellent. Yeah, and all of Caleb's links are down in the description there to get to his channel, to get to check out his stuff on Instagram, and to the Two Old Guys Reselling podcast are all down there. Go look now before people unsubscribe, Ken and Corey. Yeah. Really, the show. Like. We made it over 600. And then, and my mother says, "Nice to meet you, Caleb. God bless."
Nice to meet you, ma'am. Well, hear from you.
And good show, guys. Cheers. Yes, that is my mother.
Awesome.
And they're
awesome.
Right next door. Her and my dad, Fred. They're watching the show. They're my biggest supporters. Well, them and Jill, of course, awesome. For sure. And Corey, what do you got? Oh, just in time. Kristen made it.
Here. Hey,
you made it. You're only 2 hours and 28 minutes late.
I guess
just a little
first
bit behind.
And foremost, thank you, Caleb, for being on. Thanks for showing up, and thanks for joining us for the live today. Thanks for bringing a few of your fans over, get us to that 600 mark. We weren't sure we were ever going to see it, so we appreciate that.
Yes.
And Happy New Year to everybody. And again, we appreciate the subs. We appreciate you guys being here tonight. So that's it. I hope you all kill 2024.
Yeah, for sure. I reiterate what Corey said. Caleb, thank you. I've been wanting to do some work with you. I definitely want to meet you in person and shake your hand and, say hey and meet Tanya and eat some of that cast iron biscuits that she makes up for sure. And some of that pudding / cream pie, whatever, the debate still rages. The debate still rages on that one. Everyone in the chat, thank you. Thank you for making, 2024 or 2023 a great year for us. For me, personally, we had some changeover in the podcast. I will thank Jimmy, Old School Flips, for, where we were in the beginning and building it to subs that we have. And then, Corey stepping in and doing the show with us, with me from here. Looking forward to 2024. Hopefully some big things there. Reselling, YouTube, in life, and I hope the best for everyone out there in the chat. Thank you. There's no reason to do this if people don't show up and watch and click those thumbs up and those, make those comments and stuff and right there is where it gets you. And we appreciate all of you. And see, even though I gave you the last word, Caleb, I went on. So
It's all right. That's all right.
this time for sure. What's the last word?
I've got the last word. I just thought.
Okay.
Okay.
Go.
You said when we meet, we're going to shake hands, right? I thought of
Yes.
the Chris Farley quote, right?
Brothers.
Okay.
Friends don't shake hands. Friends got a hug.
That's right. That's right. Big old hug for Caleb.
There you go.
I appreciate it, my friend. Thank you very much. And everyone in the chat, have a great year. And we will catch you soon on all of our channels.
You said Caleb.
Have a
was
great
gonna
night.
get The last word.
Okay.
Bye.
Go.
Bye.
Ready now. I keep talking over. Okay. I'll say ready now. And then you get the last word on the show. Okay. Now.
Go subscribe to the Old Pass.